Look at this beautiful use of negative space. I think I may have to hang this one up, fellas. So I've got Sideways number 7. What a great issue. Go pick it up. I'm gonna try not to divulge everything that happens, but you know, sometimes I get excited about shit, so who knows. Now, in the last issue, I didn't explicitly say it, but let's be honest, it was a move that was telegraphed pretty heavily. His mom dies. Not a big deal, though, because it's his adopted mother, not the real mom. And I gotta say, she was overcompensating pretty hard about being an adoptive mother. And what happens when you overcompensate about being a mom? You get fucking murdered. Also, don't work for a company called Darkstar. I've spoken at length about the dangers of working for a company that at the very least sounds evil. If a company sounds evil, probably evil. Side note, is there a company out there that has dark in the name that is actually does benevolent work? I don't know. But we see we've got Derek here. He's got his mask off. He's got a photo album, a lot of negative space, so it has a lot of impact. So let's just get into this. So we see yesterday we have all these people who are talking about. We see Zatanna there. We get a whole list of who all these people are, but this guy, I'm assuming this is Napoleon. Iceman has fully embraced his homosexuality, and he's going for the gusto. And then this guy, you know, he might be a little bit of a freak. He also might be a police officer. He might be a police officer who is also a freak, so he's got the handcuffs. Or Santa? Santa, is that you? I see those green gloves. And this guy who has a cat, which I don't know, are all the comics I got today at the shop, are they going to have cats involved in some way? So, apparently there's this group of 7. One of their 7 has died, and now they're seeking the boy. See if the boy is the answer. And we see this woman is a bullet. This woman is a bullet. Is this Enter the Gungeon? I don't know. We've got Zatanna. This whole thing is called Miracle Mesa. It is known to the natives as the hunting grounds of the gods. This is like desert. I don't know what you think you're going to find out here. You're not going to find other gods out here. Well, you know what, I'm wrong. Is this like Kirby's New Gods stuff? I am totally ignorant of all of that, so feel free, because this guy looks like Mr. Miracle to me. But we see this huge projection up here. I mean, look at that. That's our boy right there. Get this monument made right now. Put it in a government building. Get rid of the 10 Commandments. Put this shit. Also, another side note, Arkansas is getting a satanic monument in some federal building because the other guys didn't want to remove the 10 Commandments, and that's super funny to me. I mean, it's a lot of effort on both parts, but it's still pretty fucking hilarious. I think it might be Baphomet, and, you know, if I'm in Little Rock, I'll go take a picture of it or something. I don't know. But we see all these people, this huge Miracle Mesa here, and then we cut back to what's actually happening in Derek James's life. The police are showing up because, you know, his mom was murdered, but I don't know if the cops are going at it. No, bring your wife's killer to justice. Because I thought maybe they were going to take the angle of, oh, she killed herself. But nah, she had an adoptive son she was trying overtly hard to mother. She's not going to end it all. We see Derek, he's just sitting there literally with his hands over his ears. I mean, what can you do? He's a child. Everybody grieves in their own way. It's like I'm not even here. We only got the call 2 hours ago, and someone is already at our door. I'm afraid to look at the cops, afraid they'll see I feel somehow responsible, but I have to do something. So, his father is going to the morgue. He wants to go as well, and he's like, look, wait here. I'll call when I'm heading back. Probably don't need to see a dead body. I feel like there hasn't been a lot of times in my life where I've said, shit, I wish I would have gone and see that dead body. I have a really prime example from childhood where I saw a dead body and I shouldn't have seen it. Straight up. Nothing criminal related, just like I was at a place I'm creating a mystery. I don't want to get too in depth into it, but don't take a young kid to a visitation when they don't want to go to a visitation. You know what? It's not about me. It's not about me right now. So, He says, I'll wait for your call. Isn't that why I got a phone in the first place? Not to play games, take photos, or text friends, but for important calls. And we see this is what happened shortly before her death. She was calling Derek a million times, and guess what? This is why you gotta text. This is why you gotta get text right here, because he would have answered that shit, lady. And eventually, there is this scene, it's 3 pages, where he riffs to the morgue, has this very heartfelt but one-sided conversation, Mom, with her corpse. Get it? I'm not going to show any of that because I feel like that's the really big moment in the comics. I mean, the emotional beats of that, you have, if you're interested, you got to go get it. So we see he's decided, you know, it's been a week. Seems like the right amount of time to mourn. I don't know. What's your personal mourn clock? I found myself going through the motions, dressing for school even though Dad said I didn't have to go. Made no difference either way. That's the thing, is when something traumatic happens, you gotta get back into the routine. I realize I keep saying died and not murdered. Murdered sounds like something that could have been prevented. Saved by a call in the nick of the time. We see, dude, you better pick up Ernie's calls, because she's about to get murked as well. Because what happened? What happened? You didn't answer your mom's calls. Now you're not answering Ernie's calls. She's gonna fucking die. Straight up. So we see, this is like, I love Kenneth Rockabert's art in this. Also, what the fuck, what is this? An art installation? The world's most ridiculous chandelier or ceiling fan? What if this is a ceiling fan? So his father, Louis C.K., is just sitting there reading a book, and he's like, look, you don't have to go to school, but they're releasing your mother's body today. I need you back by 5 to go over the funeral parlor, and I'd like you there with me, dear. And he is like, yeah, I'll do it. And you know, if you want to build a relationship with your son, because this is the most they've ever talked in any of the previous issues. And I say, if you have a son and you want to build a relationship with him, kill your wife. It's the only way. It's the only way to get it settled. And he goes to school. He's just walking around, looking at everybody, and he mentions that he and his father haven't had a great relationship, but his mom made sure that they were a family. Now he doesn't really know what they are. I mean, he kind of doesn't know Louis C.K. because Louis C.K. is always on the road, and then he had a scandal, and now he's home all the time, but it's like, I know what you did to those female comedians. Was it a big deal? Was it not a big deal? So he runs into Ernie, and I get how she reacts, but I also don't like it. So let me just show you what we're working with here. Stop right there, mister. We're gonna have words. Not answering calls is one thing, but text? What, are your fingers broken? And he's like, not now. And now you show up at school unannounced? How am I supposed to react? See, she's like making it about herself. I don't like that, because he's the one grieving. But she also mentions that she's grieving. I'm not backing off. I loved your mother too. I feel just as brokenhearted. Besides, you need me? Come on, Ernie. But it's like, if it was me, I would want to be left alone. That's just the way I am. If I gotta deal with some shit, leave me alone. I'll deal with it. But she's one of those people who doesn't want to leave him alone. I get that those people exist, and I get that there are some people who want to be left alone, but also want these people. So I'm sort of like, torn a little bit. I mean, she was trying to be a supportive friend. Now me, I'm weird. I don't want the supportive friend. I'll come to you when I'm ready to come to you, Ernie. So he fires back with, I don't need you. I don't need anything except for people to stop bothering me. But, you know, he's trying to push her away because he's got a plan. Hey! Hey, stop that. My dog has a cone on her head right now. I didn't want to risk getting her or anyone involved. So she says, you think you're the only one dealing with pain and tragedy? Take a moment. Appreciate what you have. These are people here to help. And I mean, Ernie is really just sweet. He puts his hood up, which is the signifier of I want to be left alone, or a man is about to stand his ground and shoot me. And he hits her with, why don't you go back to D&D and cry over some dead wizard? You're wasting your time with me. Whoa, dog. That's a little bit harsh if you're just trying to push her away for a second. That's gonna be hard to team build that shit back up. And we get this scene where this fucking jock, he grabs him by the hood and he tells him he's acting like a jackass. And he says, I've watched your lone wolf act for the last 2 years, Derek, and to be honest, I'm kind of over it. This guy is like bullied him. He talks shit to him and he's like, you know what, I'm tired of your shit. Like, what? I mean, it's tragic what happened to your mom and all, But hey, bright side, at least she wasn't your real mother. Now, I feel like this is like a movie bully. Like, nobody would ever say that shit anyway. And God help them if he did. He pushes him back. He shows him his jazz hands. And that, he can't believe the amount of jazz in those hands. He pushes the bully away. And, some other people give him shit about this being his adoptive mother. I don't want to show too much, but a guy throws a fucking water bottle at his head, and then eventually he rips water into them, and it's just like, holy shit. And Ernie's like, do you realize what you've done? He's using his powers in the fucking middle of a high school. Like, if you sneeze in a high school, people are gonna know about your Kleenex wiping technique or your crusty ass arm wiping technique. People are gonna know. And eventually time stops, and Zatanna, she appears, and also Frankenstein appears. I guess he's one of the things. And, we see who these people, this guy is called Clarion, the Eternal Witch Boy, which sounds like a recipe for fucking disaster. Okay, I'll be eternal, but I gotta be a witch. I can't even be a warlock, and I'm a boy for all of time. That's not gonna be that good. I just watched Near Dark, and that one character who is a little boy, but he's like centuries old, that's a certain type of hell. The Shining Knight, Shiloh Norman. Oh, of course, Mr. Miracle. So, forget my previous dumb inquiry. The Bulleteer, the metallic bombshell in every sense of the word. So they're coming, and they're like, they put these handcuffs on him, or these sheaths to stop him from going anywhere, and they're like, look, the world is about to come to an end. We are the 7 soldiers, there are only 6. Ooh, the lad is astute. But something is coming on the horizon. It's called the Harrowing, a complete culling of the human race for the Sheeta's food and enjoyment. I guess we got a Galactus situation going on. With 6, we face certain death, but with 7, we might actually have a chance. So, Derek, he's seemingly going to join up with this group. I mean, it's a good way to get over your grief. It's like, yeah, your mom died, but what if everybody's mom died? That's a way to get through to the boy, get him over the hump, you know what I mean? But I can't believe you definitely have to go get this for the morgue scene with the corpse. That's a very, no tact way of saying that, calling that scene, but that's what it is. It's fantastic. I can't believe he busted out his powers in the middle of school. The way he's acting to Ernie, it's just like, I am so into this. Go get this. I didn't even make a whole lot of jokes. That's how serious I am about this shit.